Good people, just give me a second. Shh. Thank you. All right, so we gotta change our ratios, or we gotta, instead of saying change them, we gotta simplify them into their most basic form. So for this first one, I got 6400s to 2/5. Okay, can somebody just give me an idea of what's the first thing y'all think I should do on this? Okay, go ahead.
Convert the 64 over 100.
I would, instead of converting this one, I would probably convert the fraction to a decimal.
So can I convert
Yeah, you can say it.
So 5 times 20, which is 100, and 2 times 20, which equals 40. So it's 40 over 100.
So Evie, that's, that's a different way of doing that. Not bad, but if I was to, no, you don't have to say sorry. That's your way of doing it. That's fine. 5 can't go into 2, so I would add a decimal, right, and then a 0. 5 can go into 20 4 times. Okay, so basically 2/5 is really 4/10, or we can also think of that as 400s. Okay, or 4000s, excuse me. So now I got 6400s to 4000s. Okay, so guys, these are both decimals. Okay, I'm pretty sure y'all know what number can go into 64 and 40. What number can go into 64 and 40? It's 8, good. Okay, but what number should I divide both of these? Not 8.
4.
So 8 is the right number, but instead of doing 8, because it's going to leave them as both decimals, I'm going to divide them both by 800s.
Oh, you're right.
Okay. All right, so, and I'm going to do maybe a little work right here. So think about it, guys. Give me a second. So if I got 6400s, right, and I divide that by 800s, okay, y'all might have remembered this from the 5th grade. This decimal I have to turn into a whole number by moving it to the right 2 times. 1, 2. When I do that, then I will move this one. 1, 2. So that's how I would get a whole number of 8. Okay, so if I divided both of these by 800s, that would have given me 8 for this one. So that would have been 8, 2, and then what's 40 divided by 8? It's 5. So 40 hundreds divided by 800s is 5. Okay, 5 is a prime number that can't be simplified. Okay. All right, let's do this one and then we'll come here. So I got 40 cents and then I got $3. What should I do first, y'all? Because we got to simplify these ratios, right? So what y'all think? Go ahead.
Turn the 3 into cents, which means turn into a decimal.
So this is the tough part about this. Not bad, L5s. I made a mistake too. They want us to keep them as whole numbers and then just write cents instead of changing it to a decimal. But you want to write. So how $3 is what in cents? This is.
Oh, that's
Wait, what?
300 pennies.
So it would be what? Good. It would be 300 cents, right?
Yeah.
So that's 40 cents.
That's a lot.
It is to 300 cents. So when I was doing this earlier, I was kind of thinking like this is 0.40 and then that would have been 3.00, right? Or this would have, so basically how they're doing this, guys, is I can't change this to a decimal because it's 300 cents. Okay, so just think, what number is the greatest common factor of 40 and 30?
40 and 30.
Excuse me, 40 and 300. It's not the greatest. It's not 10. It's not a bad number, but okay.
20.
There you go. It's 20. Okay. So 40 divided by 20 is 2, right? Hold on, y'all. 40 divided by 20 is 2. So that'd have been 2 cents. 2. Now what's 300 divided by 20?
I think I know this one. 15.
There you go. So look, if I got 300 divided by 20, I just take the 0 off, right? 30 divided by 2 is 15. So that's 15 cents. Okay. Can't be simplified. So that's as simplified as that one would go. That would trick me a little bit because I changed them to decimals, and then when I looked in the Singapore book, I was like, no, that's not it. But not bad. Okay. 8/9 to 16/27. I wanted to do this one especially and show y'all this because I feel like this is where it gets a little bit challenging and people start making mistakes. Fractions and ratios are not the same thing, but they're very similar. So when I'm looking at this, okay, I really almost got to be thinking of this the same way that I would do keep, change, flip. So keep 8/9. We're going to change this semicolon to times. Then we got to do the reciprocal, or we got to flip this to 27 over 16. So now I got 8/9 times 27 over 16. Those are kind of big numbers. Can somebody tell me what I can do before I start multiplying to make that a little bit easier? Go ahead.
Simplify it.
Good.
So you cross the 8 and then put a 2 under the 16. And then for the 9, you cross the 9 and put a 1. And then you put a 3 on top of the 20.
Good. So what he's saying is you can cross simplify. 8 and 16 has a greatest common factor of 8. So 8 divided by 1 is 8. Excuse me, 8 divided by 8 is 1. 16 divided by 8 is 2. Okay, it's basically what he's saying to do. And then he's saying you can cross simplify 9 and 27. 9 divided by 9 is 1. And then 27 divided by 9 is 3. So that would have given us 3 over 2. But we're dealing with ratios, so it's really 3 to 2. Okay, so give me a second, y'all. Okay, stuff like, for instance, what makes the pre-algebra challenging is it's some stuff y'all gotta know. Like you gotta know how to, convert a fraction to a decimal. You gotta know how to divide your decimals. So that's kind of like when we be doing some of these things, I feel like y'all, for the most part, you got the concept, but we get lost with some of the fundamentals. Okay, practicing is how you keep those.
I have a question related how to do F or letter F.
For this one?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it possible? Because I know that since they are the same numbers, or same, like they have the same factors. I was gonna say, can you times the 8 over 9 times both of the numbers by 3, and then just simplify them? Let's see.
Maybe. Like I said, I say all the time, I'm not a monolith. There's different ways to do stuff. I'm not sure about that way, but if it's something that you could do, maybe. Just keep, change, flip. It's the same technique you use when you're dividing a fraction, because you can't divide fractions because fractions are a division. Okay. All right, last one. Okay, so we got 320 centimeters to 2 meters. What y'all thinking to kind of start this one off? It's just practice, y'all. Y'all gonna get in trouble if y'all get it wrong. Good. Okay, so this is what Singapore does. Okay, it challenges you to use your fundamentals. So before you can't even worry about the ratios. You got to do a conversion first. So centimeters. Think a century. How long is a century?
10 years.
That's a decade, good dog.
100 years.
It's 100. So centimeter is 100. Okay, so it's 100 centimeters in a meter. Okay, so let's change meter to centimeters, because if I change this one to meters, it would be a decimal. Okay, so 2 meters is how many centimeters? I think somebody said it. 200. There you go. So 320 centimeters to 200 centimeters. Okay, so you did the hard part, which is kind of like the conversion. Okay, now what would be your greatest common factor of 320 and 200?
It would not be 2.
So don't worry about the zeros. Let's do, what's our greatest common factor of 32 and 20? 6, 12, 18, 24. It's not a factor of either of those.
Wait, let's use my
Well, that was multiples, but because I got what? For 32, I got 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. The biggest number that can go into both of those is 4. Okay, so if I'm doing 320, hold on y'all, 320 and 200, it's not 4, it would be 40. All right, so 320 divided by 40 is
80.
So that would be 8 centimeters. And then what's 200 divided by 40?
55.
There you go. So that would be 8 centimeters to 5 centimeters simplified. Okay, so hold on, give me a second. Go ahead.
It's basically just simplifying and then dividing.
So, you know, like simplifying is another way of dividing, right? Or factoring. But the part about this is, before you can even get to that part, you got to make sure that you convert. So that's what we'll be working on a little bit next week. Okay? Because one of our first unit was factoring, so it seemed like y'all caught that pretty good, but not bad. Take your thumbs up. That wasn't bad. All right, pretty good. All right, peace out, y'all.